Welcome to our deep dive into the shadows of Port Charles, where the tension is thick enough to cut with a knife and secrets are becoming a deadly currency. Monday, June 15th, was an incredibly captivating episode. It seems like the walls are closing in on everyone we hold dear, and if you ask me, the chaos unfolding this week is just the calm before a catastrophic storm. We are looking at a powder keg ready to explode, and nowhere is that more evident than in the halls of the Quartermaine mansion. Could it be that the long-standing animosity between Tracy and Willow is finally reaching a breaking point that no one can walk away from? We have seen the glares and the biting remarks, but this time, it feels different. The air is heavy with hostility, and when these two forces collide, it rarely ends with a simple conversation. I suspect that what starts as a verbal sparring match is going to spiral into something truly shocking, a physical altercation that will leave the entire family reeling. This means that the fragile peace within that house is effectively dead, and the fallout from this confrontation will force everyone to pick a side. But wait, the pressure isn't just confined to the mansion. Think about Chase. He has been walking a tightrope for weeks, trying to balance his duty with his heart, but now he is being squeezed from all sides. It seems like the walls of the PCPD are closing in on him, thanks to the relentless pressure from Assistant District Attorney Justine Turner. She is not playing games, and her warning that one single mistake could cost Chase everything is a chilling reality check. Could it be that Chase is being set up to fall? If you ask me, the stakes have never been higher for him. He is constantly trying to protect the people he loves, but in doing so, he might be painting a target on his own back. This means that Chase is currently the most vulnerable person on the force, and if he doesn't tread carefully, his entire career and his future could vanish in a heartbeat. And then there is the situation with Ethan. No one expected him to be the one holding all the cards, but his recent behavior suggests a man who is tired of being pushed around. That ultimatum he delivered regarding the adoption of little Phoebe, it was cold, calculated, and absolutely final. It seems like Ethan is done playing nice, and he is demanding that things go his way or not at all. This means that the adoption process is hanging by a thread, and if he doesn't get the open or closed arrangement he is pushing for, he is ready to walk away, potentially shattering hopes and dreams in the process. Why is he so adamant? Could it be that he knows something about Phoebe's future that we don't? His intensity is alarming, and it makes me wonder if his motives are as pure as he claims, or if there is a darker, more personal agenda hidden beneath his tough exterior. Meanwhile, at the PCPD, the atmosphere is equally electric. When Sonny steps into the station, you know something is about to go down. He isn't there to make friends. He is there to assert his dominance and deliver a warning that will shake the very foundations of the building. We have seen Sonny in many states grieving, strategizing, and protecting. But this is a man backed into a corner, and that is when he is most dangerous. The severity of his tone and the weight of his words suggest that he is no longer willing to tolerate the interference that has been plaguing his life. Could it be that he is finally ready to eliminate the threats surrounding him once and for all? This means that anyone standing in his way should be very, very afraid. The way he is moving lately, it feels like he is preparing for a final showdown, and the police station is just the starting line. On a more emotional note, we have to talk about Christina. She is standing at the precipice of a brand new life, and the bittersweet nature of her departure is palpable. As she prepares to leave Port Charles behind for medical school, it feels like the end of an era for her and her family. We have watched her grow, stumble, and find her way, and now she is ready to chase a dream that could change her trajectory forever. But does she truly realize what she is leaving behind? The transition to Los Angeles is looming, and while she is focused on her future, the people she is saying goodbye to are struggling to let her go. It is a moment of profound change, and it makes me wonder if she will actually make it out of town before the chaos of the current crises pulls her back in. Nothing ever happens quietly in this town, and I have a feeling her farewell might be interrupted by something she never saw coming. Let's dig deeper into the psychology of this madness. Why is the friction between these characters suddenly hitting such a fever pitch? I believe it is because they are all running out of time. The secrets involving the crash, the kidnapping, and the legal battles are all converging at once. It seems like the universe is forcing everyone to pay their debts. When Tracy strikes out at Willow, it isn't just about the current argument. It is about years of pent-up resentment. When Chase feels the cold hand of the law on his shoulder, it is the manifestation of all the compromises he has made. And when Sonny issues his warning, it is the result of a life spent constantly looking over his shoulder. This means that these characters are not just reacting to the events of the day, they are reacting to the cumulative weight of their entire histories. Could it be that these storylines are leading us toward a massive town-wide revelation? If you ask me, the fact that these separate high-stakes incidents are happening simultaneously is no coincidence. It feels like the writers are setting the stage for a dramatic climax where all these secrets are dragged into the light. The desperation we are seeing from Ethan, the exhaustion from Chase, and the raw anger from Tracy, it all points to a breaking point. No one is safe from the consequences of their choices anymore. This means that the coming weeks are going to be defined by loss, betrayal, and the painful process of truth-telling. I suspect that when the dust settles, the landscape of Port Charles will be irrevocably altered, and the people we think we know will have transformed into someone entirely different. Consider the potential for betrayal. We know that Michael is pulling strings behind the scenes to push Willow and Chase toward an affair, and with Brooke Lynn's secret about the crash potentially exploding, the timing could not be more catastrophic. If Willow is already on edge because of Tracy, and Chase is already being threatened by the law, all it would take is one more push to send them over the edge. Could it be that the very people trying to protect them are the ones who are actually destroying them? This is the kind of irony that makes the show so addictive. We are watching a slow-motion car crash, and yet we cannot look away. It seems like everyone is being manipulated, and no one has the full picture. What if the truth about the crash is the key to everything? If Brooke Lynn finally crumbles and confesses, how will that impact the power dynamic between the Quartermaines and the rest of the town? It would be a nuclear option that could ruin lives and end careers. And if this happens while Tracy is already in the middle of a physical fight with Willow, it could be the ultimate catalyst for chaos. The connections between these plots are becoming clearer, and it is honestly terrifying. Every move is a gamble, and the stakes are human lives. We are seeing a pattern of people hiding their sins until they are forced to confront them, and it seems like the time for hiding is rapidly coming to an end. I keep coming back to the question of what happens next. If Chase loses his badge, if Tracy faces legal ramifications for her assault, and if Sonny finally snaps, what does that leave us with? A power vacuum, perhaps? Or a complete breakdown of order? It is clear that the status quo is shattered. The tension is not just a narrative device. It is the heartbeat of the story right now. Every scene is pregnant with the potential for disaster. The actors are playing these moments with such intensity that you can feel the dread through the screen. It is a masterclass in soap opera storytelling, and I am absolutely here for it. But I can't help but wonder if we are being prepared for a tragedy that will haunt the residents of Port Charles for years to come. As we look toward the next few days, I want you to pay close attention to the small details. The way someone looks away when they are lying, the subtle tremor in a hand, the pause before a confession, these are the clues. It seems like the truth might be exposed in the most unexpected way possible, perhaps through a slip of the tongue or a piece of evidence that was left behind. We have already seen Jocelyn leave a ring as a clue. What other pieces of the puzzle are hidden in plain sight? I suspect that the answers we are looking for are already there, waiting for someone to connect the dots. The question is, who will be the one to do it, and will they survive the fallout once they have the truth in their hands? Everything feels so fragile right now. Even the seemingly stable relationships are showing cracks. The bond between the family members is being tested by greed, ambition, and fear. It is a fascinating study in human behavior under extreme pressure. We often talk about how these characters are villains or heroes, but in the heat of these moments, they are just people trying to survive. But survival comes at a cost, and it seems like that cost is going to be higher than anyone anticipated. Are we about to lose someone we love? Or are we about to see someone we admire fall from grace? The uncertainty is what keeps us coming back, episode after episode, desperate to see how the pieces finally fall into place. Finally, think about the legacy of these events. If the secrets are revealed, can these relationships ever be repaired? Is there a path back to normalcy? Or have they crossed a line that cannot be uncrossed? I believe that some of the damage being done right now is permanent. The physical fight between Tracy and Willow isn't something that can just be apologized for. The pressure on Chase isn't something that can be easily forgotten. The warning from Sunny isn't something that can be ignored. We are watching the end of an era, and I, for one, am terrified of what is coming next. If you ask me, the only thing we can be certain of is that nothing will ever be the same again. As we reach the cliffhanger of this week, we are left with more questions than answers. Will Tracy be held accountable for her actions, or will her status protect her? Will Chase find a way to navigate the treacherous waters of the law, or is he truly doomed? Will Ethan's ultimatum backfire in a way he never expected? And as Christina walks away from the only home she has ever known, what kind of future is she stepping into? The ground is shifting beneath our feet, and the sky is darkening. We are hurtling toward a conclusion that promises to be as heartbreaking as it is inevitable. The shadows are long, the secrets are heavy, and the truth is waiting to be unearthed. Are you ready for the fallout? Because if you ask me, the real nightmare is only just beginning.
Goodbye. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the GH Spoilers Daily channel.